Hi there, this is Tanmaya at Fashion Business Consulting. Today I'm going to be talking to you about what will it take for you to grow your fashion brand. At the end of this video, you will have complete clarity of what's stopping you from growth. If you have been struggling despite marketing, despite putting content, despite having a website, and still struggling to grow, then you can identify that what is not working for you. So let's get started. The number one thing that is important for you to grow your fashion business or a brand is having a very, very clear concept. Now, what is brand concept? And a lot of you actually keep asking me that, Tanmaya, why do we have to work on brand concepts? What is the importance? And I want to talk to you on this a little longer than the other points, because other points are there which you probably know a little bit about. So brand concept is something which is extremely important for you because it builds the connection with your audience. A lot of times, when you go and shop at a place, there is not only product that is attracting you. There's a feeling that you get when you go to a shop and buy something there. Either you feel very comfortable, you feel very easy, or it's like it makes you feel special. Now, depending on the brands you are going and visiting and shopping from, you exactly know what are they offering. When your brand concept is not very clear, what happens is that you don't have a very defined target audience. You are trying to create a range which is going to be more generic, like the way we have done a lot for the retail brands. Because retail, you are trying to actually offer products to whoever is walking into your store most of the time. But when you change this entire model and you want to go and sell online, you have to understand that it's going to be very difficult for you to have everyone as your customer. And the cost of marketing to everyone and the return on that marketing is very low. So the cost of marketing is really high, whereas the return on this marketing is very, very low. So when you have a very defined target audience, then you know that you are going to be talking to them only. That means all the other people who might be coming on your website, your social media, do not need to be there. This way, you will be able to focus on giving a particular solution to your target audience. So your brand concept helps you define what is the solution you are offering to your audience. It helps you create a point of differentiation from your competitors. And your target audience suddenly feels more closer and connected when they resonate with you. And it builds loyalty. So if you want to stand out from competition, a brand concept is a must. The second most important thing is having a very tight product range. Now, most of the people when I actually work with and the brands, I see there's a huge disconnect between their brand concept and the product range that they're offering. So ideally what happens is that they go and look for a logo or a label or whole branding, which is something very different to the products that they are making. Now what happens is that when your target customer looks at the brand logo or the color story or the color palette, and they come inside and they don't see a very resonating product range, they get confused and they move out. So if the product is very contrasting to your brand concept, then you're going to lose customers. That is when you will see a lot of people are coming to your social media handles or website, but there are hardly any conversions. So maybe your brand concept is attracting them, but because the product is not in place, they are going out of it very quickly. because there's no resonance between the product line and the brand identity or the concept that you have. So it's very important that you have the brand concept and the product line in sync. The third most important thing which you have to focus on is offering the right pricing. Now, premium, value, all of these are very subjective things. It all depends on who is your target audience. What is value for them, what is premium for them, what is luxury for them. So you just don't understand. So for everyone, luxury will not be something which is super expensive. For some of the people, luxury might be even owning a product line like Zara, because they might be at the bottom of the pyramid, their baseline. So you have to understand that the product offering is very clearly in sync with the pricing. We just don't put a 299 or 999 prices just to create a point of differentiation. If pricing is not so when the customer doesn't see the real value when your pricing changes, they don't understand and they feel they're not really getting the right value of the product or the price that you're offering. So your pricing again has to be thinking from the target customer's point of view. At what are the price points which are going to be the base level, the mid level, and the high level. So you have to create a clear pricing structure for your target audience. The third most important thing is that you have to communicate with them. See, a lot of brands who have focused on selling and doing marketing all around what they want to sell have terribly and miserably failed. Why? Because most of the time when people are on social media, they're not very keen in going and shopping. They are there for engagement, they are there for entertainment, they are there for some knowledge or value. So if your social media is not really engaging with your target audience, or your target audience is not really seeing something very valuable which is going to be there on your channels, then they don't really want to go and see what products you're offering. However, if you are able to communicate your brand story, you're able to create some value for your target customer, which is completely curated for them, nothing something which is very generic. Because what happens is that if it is very generic, you're trying and talking to everyone, and I don't feel very connected. So when you're talking to me, I start resonating and I start engaging and I start spending more time, and I'm looking forward for more valuable content that you're going to be posting. Suddenly, the recall value of your brand starts building in my mind, because I'm seeing the right product at the right price and also some interesting engagement that is happening. Now, when these 4 things have been done and you have some statistics and data around it, that is a time when you actually work on building your website, which is your complete sales strategy. So when your website resonates and has the brand concept integrated into the website, it has the language, it has the color palette, the visuals, everything in sync for your target customer, that is when your customer comes on your website, spends more time, wants to see more what you're offering, and wants to become a repeat customer. And that is how your brand starts getting referred to other people who are like your target audience. So if you can just see that maybe if your brand concept is lacking, or maybe the product is not aligning with the brand concept, or maybe there's a difference in the pricing which doesn't really suit your target audience, or maybe you're not really communicating the essence of your brand, on the last one, the website is not in place, then you know that these are the areas which are not helping you grow, and they're stopping your growth. Once you put all of this in place, then I'm very, very confident to tell you that you are going to have more and more loyal customers who will become brand ambassadors for you, who would love your product and your brand, and they don't shy away from referring. And that is how organic growth starts happening. Now, once you have a big chunk of these followers, that is a time when you actually start thinking about running marketing campaigns or things, because you have your audience, your tribe who's following you, and you're not trying to just sell to an audience who doesn't resonate with you and might just look very, very pushy to them. Make sense? I hope you have understood the whole concept. If you have any questions and you still want to discuss something, feel free to write in the comments box or contact me at my email ID, which is in the description below.